Do you guys remember Hillary Clinton? Yes, yes, yes. The overqualified presidential candidate and part-time IT consultant who was meant to smash through the glass ceiling, yes, and then it turned out the glass was bulletproof. Remember that? Yes. Well, today, that very same Hillary Clinton finally came out of the woods for an interview with Christiane Amanpour at a conference in New York. And you could tell that Hillary's been spending time deep in that forest because she clearly found some shade.
You've just spoken eloquently about the sexism, misogyny, and inequity around the world. But do you believe it exists here still? And do you think...
Because, you know, healthcare is complicated. And remember, I did win more than 3 million votes than my opponent. So it's like, really? He should worry less about the election and my winning the popular vote than doing some other things that would be important for the country.
Hey, hey. Damn, Hillary was informed today. Yeah, she did so much dissing, all of the memes just joined her on stage. They were like... I will say this is classic Hillary, though. She goes away for 6 months, plans all of her comebacks, then goes on Christiane Amanpour, and let's just let him fly, you know? Yo, well, guess what, Trump? The jerk store called. I will say this. After 100 days of President Trump, it was pretty refreshing to hear a politician talk in full sentences about complicated issues.
Now, the North Koreans are always interested, not just Kim Jong-un, but his father before him. We're always interested in trying to get Americans to come to negotiate, to elevate their status and their position. And we should be very careful about giving that away. You should not offer that in the absence of a broader strategic framework to try to get China, Japan, Russia, South Korea to put the kind of pressure on the regime that will finally bring them to the negotiating table with some kind of realistic prospect for change.
Wow. I mean, no tremenduses, no hand gestures, huh? Not one description of chocolate cake, no? I didn't realize how much I'd missed hearing sentences with a beginning, middle, and end. I didn't even realize this. Like, you can really tell when Hillary's speaking, she knows who Frederick Douglass is. And now, just for comparison, let's take a look at the current presidents, who CBS's John Dickerson recently asked about the saying that since the Oval Office has no corners, there's nowhere to hide. And clearly the president did not understand that that was a metaphor.
George W. Bush said the reason the Oval Office is round is there are no corners you can hide in.
Well, there's truth to that. There is truth to that. There are certainly no corners. And you look, there's a certain openness, but there's nobody out there. You know, there is an openness, but I've never seen anybody out there, actually, as you could imagine.
But what he meant was it all comes back to you.
Sure. It does.
Can I say that journalist is very professional? Because you realize in that moment, he's saying metaphorically, and Donald Trump is like, you're right, there's no corners. Nowhere to hide. There could be someone out there, you never know. We should put some corners in. We should do it. So now basically we can add metaphors to the list of things President Trump has very little knowledge of. As exciting as it was to see Hillary back in the mix, it didn't take long to be reminded why she didn't connect, though, with so many American voters.
We have to make investments in even more comprehensive job training and education to provide the skills that are going to be necessary. And we have to invest in certain sectors of the economy where we think we can stay ahead of the tech.
Hey, Hillary, Ben Carson called. He wants his cadence back. The fact is, we've all been inundated by cable news's fake excitement and sound bitiness for so long that I don't think Hillary Clinton or a candidate like her could ever connect with people. Because say what you want about Donald Trump, but he doesn't bore you, you know? Listening to Hillary talk after getting used to Trump is like getting an iPhone after owning a Samsung. You know the iPhone won't explode, but you miss the unpredictability. You know what the whole of today felt like? Today felt like America saw the one that got away, you know? And people were like, damn, maybe I didn't give her enough credit. You know, we could have really had something. But the sad thing is you can't reminisce for too long because the one you chose is calling you right now going, get home, honey, we're gonna build a wall. Congratulations, you've been randomly selected as a winner of free Daily Show episodes. Yes, you. To claim your prize, just watch full episodes of The Daily Show for free anytime with the Comedy Central app or at thedailyshow.com. What a winner you are. So much winning.